Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with ElectraSoul. In this video we're going to be talking about growing pains. So what I mean by that is basically the pain that you go through as your soul begins to awaken. It's kind of like a spiritual awakening that I'm going to be talking about, where your ego just feels like it's decreasing, and the pains of realizing new things, of realizing that some friends aren't meant for you, that situations, a total lifestyle change. Taking your time while you're on your spiritual journey, dealing with egotistical thoughts. But before we get into that, let me just say that I do have a spiritual store called ElectraSoul.co, in which I sell spiritual jewelry. So you can see here, 777. I also wanted to say that I'm back in stock with the 222 hoops, as seen here. The 333 hoops as well. And last but definitely not least, the 444 hoops as well. I sell crystals, sages, incenses, and I do spiritual readings if you're interested in that as well, and spiritual coaching, in which I help my clients become more spiritually aware and more spiritually powerful. I also sell angel number hair clips, clothing, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, subscribe, whatever it is that you want to do. But let's get right into the video. The growing pains of going through a spiritual awakening. Yeah, it honestly is a lot, because we're not used to that. We're so used to being inside of our egos, chilling there, doing what we got to do there, because that's just what we know. You know, we're conditioned that way. We've grown up that way, until one day your soul just wants to come through and be like, hey, everything that you've ever known is a lie. You know, you kind of have to start from scratch. And so this video is more so to tell you that you need to be very comforting and careful with yourself. Do not be hard on yourself, because once you go through this spiritual awakening that you're going to be going through, you're going to see how much patience you need, how much healing you need, so many things that you're going to need. Going through a spiritual awakening means that you're going to be uncovering everything that you've ever been through. You're going to be figuring out the pain, the reason for things, everything, just so that you can become more aware and more spiritually powerful within yourself. The key here is to work through all of the traumas that you've been through, which you could do through shadow work. You need to take things step by step. Of course, now it's a little bit harder to be kinder with yourself, because even though everybody's super supportive and everybody's really nice about spiritual awakening and, you know, taking your time, sometimes the ego becomes very threatened by the fact that other people are more spiritually inclined than you are. And so you feel like you need to be on a different level. You need to be 5 steps ahead where everybody else is at. Forget that. Do not do what other people are doing. Do not rush ahead of yourself. Do not be extra with it. Take your time that you need. I know people that have been going through this spiritual journey for years, and the reason that they haven't completed it or whatever, because it really never can be completed. You are constantly learning and changing every single day. But the reason that happens to those people is because that's just the pace that they need to go. They need to take their time. They need to understand that what they're doing is what's right by them. They need to work through it at their own pace. You know, you can't just sit here and expect yourself to be completely healed in 1 month of doing shadow work. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes you do that and you think that you're there, and then something hits you, and then you have to keep going on and doing all this inner trauma work and all this other stuff that triggers you. The list goes on and on and on. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you are kind with yourself. Take your fine time. There is no rush to get to the finish line. There's nothing holding you back from taking your time. As long as you're comfortable and learning at your own pace, nothing can interfere. Do not let the opinions of others steer you in a wrong direction in which you just feel like you need to be doing more. It doesn't matter. It's very important that you take days off when you're going through the spiritual awakening, because honestly, you can get very tired of it. I know some people that have started their spiritual journey, but then they kind of seep back into becoming very egotistical again, because it's just too much at once and they don't really want to keep up with it. That's a very important thing to know. In your spiritual journey, you need to keep up with yourself. You're the one who's going to keep yourself motivated while on the spiritual journey that you're having. Of course, you can receive help from others, but generally speaking, you're the one who's going to be pushing yourself to the finish line. If you feel like you need to take a little break, you need to do something else for a day, if you need to take time off because all of these energies are just going in and out, do that for yourself. whatever feels comfortable to you. Do not let anybody ever make you feel like you need to be doing something different. Do not let your ego trick you into thinking that you need to be doing something different either. Do what you need to do. Deal with yourself. Take your days off. There's a lot of growing pains because of all the growth and the pain that you're going to be going through while on your spiritual journey, but it will reward you greatly in the end. The pain that you're going to be going through is not going to be something that you're going to be traumatized by. It's only going to be traumatizing in the aspect of you're going to be letting go of your traumas, but in general, it's going to be amazing, and you're going to feel the huge difference after you're done with it. You're not going to wonder what went wrong. You're not going to be stuck thinking about the same old thing. You're not going to let it affect your future decisions. You're simply going to let it teach you what it needs to teach you, and then let it go and apply the lesson to your life in the future. Apply this to your mindset. Remember, there is no rush. The ego loves to rush. The soul knows that you need to take your time. Whether it takes you 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 15 years, however long it takes you, even a whole lifetime, just continue on along your journey and see yourself from that perspective, that you will reach that end goal one day, that you are going to do that thing, that you already have that inside of you, that all you need to do now is take it out so that you can apply it to your everyday life, in which you can better yourself, better your decisions, better your mindset, better your relationships, better your situations, everything. Do what's right by you. You are the most important person to you. You should be the most important person in your life. You are the most important person on this earth. You come first before anybody. So take the time that you need to in order for you to become right within yourself. There is no rush, I promise you. Alright guys, that's basically it. I just really wanted to tell y'all because I know people feel like there's some sort of a rush, competition. There's no rush, there's no competition. You do not have to out spiritual somebody else. It doesn't work that way. Just do you. Do what you need to do to help yourself heal, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all so much. Bye.